Well, welcome to Jokes. Here we go. So let's start with... here we go. I'll start with this page. I got some real zingers that were sent in to me from the internet. I didn't write any of these. None of these are my fault. You can't blame me for any of these. I take no responsibility for these. These were written by a psychopath, a dangerous man, probably someone who is beautiful in their own way. But we'll forgive them, all right? So, whatever. I recently saw the hit movie The Whale recently. I was disappointed that they weren't able to get an actual 500-pound man to play the overweight, pathetic, titular character. Though they were able to get Brendan Fraser, a mostly pathetic man. So they made good on that. He just wasn't fat enough. Which, Anyway, International Women's Day was March 8th. Like we could ever forget about women. They would never let us. I think all food is better out of a can, personally. That's probably why dogs and cats get so worked up for wet food. There's something to it. I'm telling you. There's something to it. We don't like dog food jokes here? Is this not what we do? I like cat food jokes. When I was a kid, I once tried... Anyway, depending how the indictment goes, it looks like Trump could maybe possibly see jail time. I'm not sure what that would do for the country politically, but I do know one thing. It would make one of the best reality shows of all time. Yeah, probably. This is good music for this next one. Sex in a car is great when you're younger. When you can still do things like bend and fit places. I don't know if it's true or not, but I feel like my loads were less nasty when I was younger. I'm getting like these old nasty old man loads. I don't know what's going on. The Last of Us was a show recently with a father-daughter dynamic. Not to be confused with The Last to Nut, which has more of a stepfather-stepdaughter leather bondage dynamic. Chunkers, did you write that? Chunky, why would you write real fantasy movies about women doing math and the Holocaust? I got nothing to follow that up with except for yay. Okay, anyway. Researchers looked into it and found that an overwhelming majority of of occupants at women's prisons were in fact women. Shocking, yes, but I'm sure there's a man somewhere to blame for it. Recently, the Department of Energy and other agencies have come out and said that the lab leak hypothesis, that is the hypothesis that COVID was leaked from a lab in China, is the most likely origin of COVID-19. In other words, duh. Till we finally find out what I Hate Mondays is code for. Those fucking Mondays. Always stealing my women. Anyway, my mom says the purpose of a vacation is to vacate. Much like shitting. I think that was a joke I wrote on vacation. Alright. Okay, not screwing around here anymore. We got the good jokes coming up. Alright. These are the ha-has. The hee-hees and the hoo-hoos. News out of Spain. It is now legal to have intercourse with an animal as long as you don't hurt it. Also news out of Spain. Sex without pain is apparently possible. I forgot that. I didn't write that. I don't know who wrote that, but I should have read ahead on that one. I'm counting emotional. Yeah, do they count emotional pain? I'm sure those animals are feeling something there. At least, like, why don't they love me like that anymore? Anyway, another thing in the news is the East Palestine train disaster, marking not only the first time the Republicans have cared about the environment, but also the first time the Democrats are mad that the Republicans care about the environment. But really, it was probably done by the Jews. They were probably standing there after that like, oh shit, you meant that Palestine. Oof. Yeah. About that. A little off. Anyway, if trans women... Oh boy. No good sentence starts with if trans women are women, then why can't I hit them? I think I've done that joke before. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Because I can. Because I'm trans. So it's fine. I'm a trans man. My girlfriend will back me up on that. The existence of trans women has probably lowered the overall occurrences of rape. I mean, some of those would-be rapists are probably worried they'll be unlucky and draw the Uno reverse card. I mean, if somebody is going to rape you, you probably are entitled to a little sexual self-defense, aren't you? Little rapo defenso. March is Women's History Month. Finally, we can figure out what women is and where did it come from. I may have one or two more women jokes, but I'm almost done. We're gonna wrap up soon. All right. Yeah, I'll start with the bad jokes. I don't care. Some say variety is the spice to life. I say mayo is the spice to life. As a white man, I would say that. Also, we had daylight savings happen recently. Spring forward. But what a stupid concept that is. Save on daylight? Hello? Daylight is free. Like, give it the picture. Actor Jonathan Majors, the amazing Jonathan Majors, has been arrested for assaulting a woman. Meanwhile, the waiter, Johnny Miners, has been ticketed for doing kind of rude things to a lady. That's one of those just for Nick jokes that only Nick really understands. It's not really funny. Anyway. Women's History Month, ? I thought we weren't supposed to ask about that. I mean, a whole month of slut-shaming? I love hating women as much as the next guy, but I feel that that's excessive. 3 weeks should be enough. That's all I need. I usually get it out of my system by then. Also in the news recently, a female-to-male transgender person shot up a Christian school. Reports from the scene said that the shooter ran like a girl, but killed like a man. That's very distasteful of a joke, but whatever. I don't know. Nobody sees this anyway. Mike and Ike. A terrible name for a terrible candy. Exactly what I want to think about when I'm trying to enjoy sweets. An unreasonably attractive gay couple. The sucking, the fucking, the dicking, the licking. I'll stick to my Twinkies, thank you very much. And now for a completely different voice. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. What it should stand for is unplug, spin it around, buy yourself some time before everyone finds out USB is full of horse porn. Nobody needs to know about that. The more things change, the more things stay the same. Ain't that true, folks? Ain't that true? You've heard that before. I know you have. There's truth to that. Nowadays, there's young adults cutting off their sexy bits, their boobies, their pee-pees, their wee-wees, whatever. Back in my day, there were girls who cut themselves on their arms and their legs. I guess the only thing that's really changed is where the cutting is taking place. What's really important is that somewhere out there, girls are still being harmed. The important thing. The important things that matter. Why does Gatorade have to make both the perfect bottle for peeing in and also the perfect product that looks like pee? Probably made by Germans. The perfect form of function and design and pee. Alright, last two. What am I at? An hour and a half? Oh, wait, whatever. Alright. Speaking of that, getting peed on is a weird fetish. How do you even bring that up? Or when you bring a girl home and she sees your bedroom has linoleum floors, she just gets the hint, or what? That's kind of an unfinished joke, but there's a lot of meat in there. That's like one piece of bread, but like a shit ton of meat. Like this, I'll figure it out. And to top that off, it would be cool if in the future you could just like change your brain with technology to change your fetish to whatever you wanted. I would pick not getting off to be my fetish to see if I could get myself... Right, I would choose not getting off to be my fetish to see if I could get myself stuck in a getting off loop. Talk about man-made horrors. And talk about man-made horrors. Those would be the jokes. The jokes of the horrors, alright? Well, thanks for sticking around for another episode of Fat, Dumb, and Angry Live. And